Three,
Here.
2, 1, action! Hello, world, and welcome to my channel. I'm Everest VR, but you can call me Galen, and today we are here with podcast episode 19. Technically, one more episode before the season finale. We are here with Mr. Bab, we are here with J.I., and we are here with Zany. Our special guest, Brant, I don't know where he is. I don't know. We looked at our watches. We don't know where he is. Maybe he got lost in the metaverse and he's stuck in a corner in VR chat somewhere. I don't know.
I'm also their mixologist, so there's
and yes, we are in a different area for this podcast. Maybe you guys like it more. Maybe we'll do more episodes here. Who knows? We'll see. J.I., how has gaming and life treated you this week?
Gaming, I recently got Payday 2, and it's actually really fun. I've been playing with my friends. Today, I think it's because I finished my school project I had to do. I was allowed to play on my VR for 3 hours, and that was very fun.
Very nice.
Life has been good. I'm pretty sure I won't have school for like 2 weeks.
Cool.
Because it's gonna snow on Wednesday.
Oh, I wanted to snow.
And then most of the morning on Thursday. So I'll only have like 1 day of school this week. So,
Okay.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Awesome. Very cool. As for me, life is interesting. It's not bad, but there are some bad things happening, and you're just having to make do.
Yeah, stop being a particle accelerator.
As in terms of video games, I've actually been playing No Man's Sky VR again because the new expedition went live. A lot of you guys would probably refer to that as like a season, and you get cool rewards for doing it. So now I have all these sweet, awesome rewards in the game, and it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Hey, Bruce. Why didn't you invite me? I could join.
So when I play No Man's Sky, a lot of times, that's how I chill. That's like my chill time. And you know, when you kind of have like your personal chill time, you don't really hang out with folks.
Oh, I see. I see.
Who am I echoing through?
It's J.I.
I'll mute my mic.
Okay. Thank you. We've been having a lot of mic issues, chat. I'm so sorry. I've been trying to refine it. The editing process is insane when I have to deal with that. I see it. But anyway, what was up, Mr. Rob?
It was about No Man's Sky and you. I understand.
Oh, yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, No Man's Sky is my chill game. That's when I just sit back and relax for a moment and just try to get my thoughts sorted. It's kind of like my meditation game. It's just the perfect game for that.
You dropped your drink, by the way, dude.
Uh-oh. But how about you, Mr. Bob? How has life and video games been treating you?
If I'm being honest, I've just really only been playing Sonic X Shadow Generations for like the 5th time.
I've heard that's really good.
It is really good. You should play it, by the way, since I know you're a Sonic fan. I think you are, right?
For the most part, yeah. If I get enough money, I'll see about it, okay? Yep.
So, I haven't really been playing any other games other than that, and of course Rec Room from time to time. I've really just been using my drawing tablet. And I've also I bought a book. It's called Draw Like a Mangaku. And I'm getting better at drawing manga characters off of that book. Like,
very nice.
So much.
I saw some
$30.
of your work on Discord. That looked really good.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was without the book. I'm going to try and do some more stuff with it.
Very nice. I don't know what J.I. is doing.
Were you trying to send me a GIF but accidentally sent it to yourself?
Oh no, ouch, that hurts.
Hey, I won't lie, those are really good gloves though. I'm glad you have them.
Anything else?
Other than
that, go ahead.
It's really just normal. I've been really trying to get back into working out a little bit more, and
Mr. Bob,
I just like food.
You're having feedback. I'm hearing you and yourself at the same time.
J.I.
No, it's not J.I. It's you. J.I. is muted.
I am not muted for some reason now. There is an echo in the room.
There is an echo, and it's Mr. Bob echoing himself. He's not echoing me. He's not echoing anybody else, but he's echoing himself. And I'm wondering, like, how are you doing that?
I am.
Oh, do that again.
No.
Oh no, you're fine.
Yo.
That's weird. I don't know what's going on, man. That's
Kinda something
creepy.
to do with the room, because this room is like partially echo. But
Yeah,
also
but
has
it
a nice
was
atmosphere to
serious. Like it was reverberating again through him. So I don't know. Maybe it was a glitch. Who knows?
4?
Anyway, go ahead,
Maybe
Mr.
I got
Bob.
superpowers. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you? How was gaming and life treated you this week?
Like literally, while I was at school, I started getting into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Pretty
Oh
good, pretty
no.
good. Yeah, it's pretty good, honestly.
I've never watched it. All I hear is that it's brain damaging. That's all I know.
I feel like
and
there's something I'm forgetting.
Yeah, video games. Anything about video games you want to share? He hasn't been playing video
I got
games. That's what I.
The ending of Budget Cuts 1 keeps on breaking due to the low gravity cheats they allow. So that's a bit annoying,
It's that game you were talking about like 2 podcasts ago, right? Budget cuts.
I think.
Very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
We should probably talk about Animal Company now that I'm thinking about it with how crazy that was for me.
I mean, that was the first time I think it was you and I that played that game, and yeah, that game was absolute chaos. Probably a good thing you didn't show up, Mr. Bob. It was loud. It was explosions. It was weird. It was weird. It was Lethal Company meets Gorilla Tag.
I won't lie. It was
My
fun,
goodness.
but like, woo.
I think 90% of the audience got lost, and the only reason I never got lost was because Skin was guiding me, and everybody else just died on the way.
Guiding me and helping me out.
I've been recently watching Jujutsu Kaisen. I just got to season 2.
Nice.
Oh,
That's a good
sick.
series.
I unfortunately haven't watched past episode 24. Oh wait,
sucks.
now I remembered something. I watched this
Season
like
1 and
I
2.
watched the
I watched season 1 and 2. My bad. Continue.
six.
Nice.
I just remembered. I watched the latest episode of Sakamoto Days today.
Never heard of it. Sorry, chat.
You're missing
If
out.
since we're still talking about shows that we watch, I finished watching One Punch Man season 1 and 2, and I finished watching Invincible season 1 and 2, and then I'm just watching 3 as episodes come out.
I'm about to finish watching Bleach, like the whole thing,
And
like the entire
I've
thing.
I've heard Bleach is interesting.
It's well
I
done.
heard
It's well
it
done.
starts off slow.
It starts out very slow, and it's a lot. It has like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes. It took me 3 years to watch the whole thing. And that's cramming it all together. In reality, it took me like 5 years to watch the whole thing.
Mr. Bob.
Everett, it
What?
shouldn't take you that long.
Why not?
It takes people a short amount of time to watch One Piece.
Well, I'm sorry that I have a life.
One Piece. Though with One Piece, even though I haven't watched it.
The topic for today's podcast, guys, is: do you think Rec Room is dying? And if it is, why? And how can maybe Rec Room fix it? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
What if I think? Oh, what if I think it is, but it isn't?
Well, if you don't, I mean, you can think, if you don't think Rec Room is dying, you can just say, I don't think it's dying, and these are the reasons why I don't think it's dying. And I would love to hear it, obviously. I think everybody's opinion here is going to be really interesting. Hi, Rec Room devs, in case you're watching. But anyway, J.I., since we're starting on the left, we'll start with you first, J.I. And
Okay.
how about you? Do you think Rec Room is dying, not dying? What's going on? What's your thoughts?
Okay, I don't think it's fully dying, but I don't think it's fully living. It's in limbo, basically.
It's a Zomboni.
In limbo, what is this? The back rooms?
No, it's limbo. Isn't limbo between life and death? Okay.
Limbo is a
I
good
don't know.
phrase, by the way, for something that's between something. So yes, you are using the right word for this.
But the back rooms.
Yes. Yeah.
Technically,
kind of.
Zany.
Yeah. I say that only because there's still, in my opinion, from what I've seen, there's a lot of players.
Yeah.
But the only thing that's killing the game,
Here you go, Everest. The
Is-
cosmetologist.
Thank you.
the thing that isn't killing the game, the
Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan.
the devs are listening to players. There's
Yes, they are.
rooms like these that a lot of people want to go to, and there's a lot of UGC options. So a lot of players are coming back because there's a ton of stuff that Rec Room said they read. But a lot of people, it's dying because of one, all the kids.
Yep.
Because there are no one wants, some people don't want to play a game when there's like 10 kids. And then there's
And
you,
chat, I
and
want to
you're trying play-
clarify the definition for a kid, a child, is anyone that is a preteen. That is a definition for kid. Anything that's after kid is a teenager. I feel like I need to clarify.
So essentially,
Yeah,
everything
so, like,
below
12.
12.
Yeah, everything below 12.
Yes.
12 and below is a kid. 13 and up is a teenager. 18 and up is
Yeah.
an adult.
So junior account, but nobody
And then
pays
50
attention, I
years
guess.
Up is an old person. No offense. Okay. Yeah, but that's one reason.
Mm.
The other reason is because there's so many bad rooms that people don't even want to play the game.
Like what kind of
So,
bad rooms?
Because
Like
people don't.
because too challenging, money
hold up.
grab, pay to win, that kind of bad.
Brain rot.
Oh, brain
Brain
rot.
rot.
Okay,
Like a
okay.
screwdriver.
When you say bad
Hey!
rooms, a
Hey,
lot of
leave-
people think VR
Make it a
chat,
bad
and that's why I
room
wanted to
now.
clarify.
Can't have a screwdriver
Hey,
too.
leave
sure, I'll make it
the
two after
build
you
your
put
own
that
rooms
drink.
out of this, Danny.
All right.
Leave them out.
Dude, do you
now.
remember what happened the last time we were in one of those in streams?
Chaos. Okay.
Yeah, Death
They're
Note
better
got
if you're
pulled
doing
out. We
so.
all died.
Okay.
Literally.
But continuing,
There's the screwdriver.
there are rooms that someone will make a room. It'll be popular, right? But it's not well made. Then next thing you know, everyone else is making that room.
Oh, are you good to move it along then, Ji?
Yeah, I spoke my mind.
All
Sorry for
right.
taking long.
So I have a very interesting reason why Rec Room is dying. And much like Ji says, Rec Room is not dead, but it is dying. For those of you guys that do not know, I actually checked out Soulfox and Bothaya's channel. In the past 6 months, they went from getting like 20k views to down to 3k views. That showed 2k actually. That shows you how much Rec Room is taking like a punch to the gut. So I also been checking out some stuff in Reddit like over the course of time, and I think what's happening is we're having this massive influx of people that are unhappy with Roblox are coming to Rec Room to try to become famous, either as a YouTuber, either as a builder, and they want to get famous now, which is these are the
That
people that are
sounds
kind of
weird.
jerks. Say again?
Sounds weird though.
It does sound weird, but this is what happens. They come to Rec Room, they make a room, and what do they make? They make brain rot. They're bringing their rooms from Roblox over here to try to make a quick buck. Then they find out they did not get famous overnight and they didn't get $1 billion. So what did they do? They all quit in mass. And suddenly it feels like Rec Room is dying. It's not dying, it's just the fans that joined it to begin with were not really good people to begin with. So I think that's one of the reasons why Rec Room is, so to speak, dying. I think Rec Room just needs to go back to what they were good at, and that is make OG quest lines like Crimson.
I want to. I still,
Like
I still
Crimson.
want to see a Winter Wonderland version.
Of what? Like Golden Trophy, but Winter Wonderland?
No, like a Winter Wonderland made personalized quest.
That would be cool. So
Think about it. Having like candy cane weapons. You know what I'm
but because right now Rec Room is depending everything on its users to build cool rooms. But if the builders are not making cool rooms, nobody wants to play. So I think Rec Room needs to kind of, so to speak, step it up. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean in an encouraging way. Make a new Golden Trophy room. Make a new Crimson something. Make a cool quest. Go back to formula. And then inspire some more creativity. As in, make a new competition. Make something like best storyteller wins. And that's what the competition's about. It's about storytelling. or best action wins. Or maybe do all of it. Whichever one does best story, best action, and so
I
on.
remember the main reason why we entered that competition last time was because, one, we were already making a movie to begin with, and two, the prizes in there were like, what, tokens and a really cool shirt?
Yeah, it was something like that. But that was for filmmaking. For this one, it just needs to be building again. It needs to be like a cool room, cool something. That way, because every time they do that, Rec Room explodes. But then when the competition's over, Rec Room goes back to being what it is. Even the small competitions, I think, are important to bring back. Like, remember back when they did the superhero photo competition? All you needed was a cape and a camera. That's it. You won the best photo competition and you got, like, what? 10,000 tokens or something? It was a fair share amount of tokens. So, I think that's why Rec Room is dying. Yeah. Rec Room is so busy trying to make Rec Room great, which is great. I love it. But they're forgetting to, like, put stuff for the community to do. If you don't give stuff,
their origin.
Yeah, if they forget their origins, nobody's going to want to really play it. If they don't remember to give activities for their player base, they cannot depend 100% on their creator base, because the creator base is just, they'll either create brain rot to make a quick buck, and in the process of doing that, the real creators, they get smashed, they get covered. Like, I think the only big creator I'm seeing doing rooms lately is Squirrel Door. Where's all the other big creators? They've kind of disappeared. So,
Best horror creator.
Say again?
Squirrel Door is like the OG horror.
Here's an On the Beach jam.
He's actually not as OG as you think he is. I think that one of the main OGs was Harrison, but I think Harrison works for Rec Room now, so I don't think he's actually like a builder anymore.
I have a friend that made a couple of horror rooms, and he's like the Rec Room mod.
Nice, very nice. Anyway,
It's,
that's
I think it's Roseman 5000.
cool. Mr. Baub, I think I'll pass it on to you. Why do you think Rec Room is dying, or isn't it? And what do you think they can do to maybe fix it, or what's your opinion?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I always had good faith with heart in Rec Room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I still do. I still believe Rec Room might do well, but
I mean, one way or the other,
really
evidence
isn't
shows
there as it used to be.
Yeah. I was going to say, one way or the other, evidence has shown that Rec Room has taken a punch to the gut, one way or the other. Why?
I know.
We can only guess. So, I mean, unless you have a theory. But I think J.I. laid it down pretty well.
Theory.
My theory really is,
Thanks for
I guess
watching.
it really is, maybe it might be a little dabble on, like, the audience and maybe us a little bit. I would probably, and the devs a little bit. Like, tokens used to be free. Like, very free. Like, you didn't have to pay for tokens. They were a lot easier to get, and you just get cosmetics.
They did forget about that, the weeklies. Everybody really loved the weeklies.
Also the weeklies, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But they blamed it on numbers instead of
which is true. But at the end of the day, you gotta give something for your player base to do. You can't just take everything. That's not how. You gotta give a little bit of money to get some more money. That's how it works. Anyway, I'm sorry, Mr. Bob. I cut you off.
want them to make another quest.
We're wearing quests on our face right now. What are you talking about? I'm messing with you.
But in my opinion,
No, because if they did that, then everyone would love it.
They would. Go ahead.
Ever since Rec Room started getting a little busy, people that didn't like big businesses, like Rec Room, people that didn't want Rec Room to be a big business and get a whole bunch of money, people like that got mad. And also people that wanted tokens to go back to be free, or they thought that lowering the token count and making a Rec Room economy and all that stuff, they thought all of that was monopoly, monopoly and stuff, and Rec Room was just trying to money launder and stuff. I mean, it's unknown what Rec Room actually makes from all this, so I'm not going to assume in any of this way. But people got upset because of that.
From what I understand, they make enough money to pay everybody, and that's the whole point. They want to be able to pay everybody. So I don't think they're running away with like trillions of dollars. No, Rec Room is not making trillions.
And then people throw the card as if, why do they need all these people when Rec Room is just Rec Room? And I'm not gonna say anything about that. I don't know why Rec Room just decided to hire so many people. But another thing is, ever since the Forbidden one, y'all remember the Forbidden one?
Yep.
Oh my god, those events.
Yeah,
were
the
awesome.
event was horrible.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah, they
so
were.
sorry for saying that right
They
now.
were. But people said it fled away from its original premise, which also made people leave because
Wait,
of that.
hold up.
Like, they
hold
came
up.
for
I have
Rec Room, not
wait,
only for Rec Room. What?
Wait, hold up. Weren't the people of the community responsible for starting the whole Forbidden One?
Yes,
kind of
they
thing?
were. They were.
Now they're upset about the devs actually like bringing notice to it and making something cool
It was also
about
the
it.
fans. They begged Gribbly, the Gribbly. They begged him to bring lore into Rec Room, and now they're having attitude about there being lore in Rec Room, and it's like, but you're the ones that asked.
Yo,
They should do something like this again.
down
okay,
real quick,
continue.
please. Thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Rob.
I don't know if that guy's to blame for Rec Room's downfall, but
I don't think
another
he
thing
is.
Rec Room before?
Let's first clarify one thing about Gribbly. Before he started Rec Room, he worked with Microsoft, and he assisted with the creation of the HoloLens. This guy is not a lazy wannabe. He knows what he's doing. If things are going erratic, it's because this is the first time they're ever working on a game like this to this scale. It's just unprecedented for him. So, otherwise they would have fixed it. What's up, J.I.?
Oh yeah, speaking about the Forbidden One, I want them to do an event like this again.
Let me continue.
I want
Alright,
them to do an event like
Oh wait,
Yeah,
back in from the counter.
I recommend wrapping
Back
it
in from
up
the
because Mr. Bob was trying to say something and you actually cut him off.
Sorry.
It's all good.
So, back to what I was saying. I don't know if that lore was the reason, but one of the biggest complaints was not really that lore part. It was that Rec Room originally was like just basic lore, and like 1960, like in 80. I think Gribbly said he liked the 80s, like 1983, I think.
Well,
or
whatever the
86.
date is,
Oh,
like that
no.
we see in Rec Room everywhere,
1987.
that was when he was getting out of college or something. So
Yeah.
that's like his favorite year. So that's why
Rec
it's in
Room.
everything. Yeah.
Rec Room was based on college, like this whole thing, like college, until things started changing and they wanted this game to be more of a Roblox type game.
Well, that's because what
But yeah,
everybody asked
people-
for. Just to let you know, that's what people asked for back in, what was it, 2017, 2018. They were going to go down the Wii Sports way, and then people were like, but we kind of like building and creating, and it went great until 2019. And then 2020 is when everything changed. I don't know why.
Yep. Also, another thing, the lore was very confusing, to be honest.
I don't know
Like, a lot
half of
people
it.
thought the lore was confusing, like the new lore, the Forbidden One lore.
Mhm.
Another thing was a lot of the lore was just to set up shops and merchandise. I'm not joking. Like, if you went to secret places, they would also have secret shops.
So
And the tokens
it's the
would
other
be outrageous.
way.
And
It's
that's
the other.
like 10,000.
Yeah. It's actually the other way around. People asked for the lore, so they delivered the lore, but they actually took advantage of the lore by trying to, sell items. And that's fine. I understand it's a business. They need to get
They
some
won't
money.
lie.
But they went
at the-
they went overkill with that. Like those items, some of them were what, 30, 40,000 tokens? I've
Yeah.
never seen anything that
remember-
expensive.
I remember the only way to get into that
Ninja
shop.
No
was
offense,
just
Rec Room.
fucking-
No offense. Go ahead, Zany.
I remember the only way to get into one of those secret shops back in 2020, if I remember correctly. was you need to get lucky on a quest like Golden Trophy or Crimson Cauldron and get the. Let me find it, because I actually have it, and you see me use it a lot. It's really rare and it's really nice, and it's like something really nice. Let me look for it quick. There it is.
Uh-oh. Did I drop my beer? I dropped my beer.
The Elsewhere band.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Or
All the
can't
elsewhere
like
stuff is
this.
extremely expensive.
The only way you could get into that secret shop was finding this band after completing a quest.
So anyway, I'm trying to make a point is like people saw dips in like Rec Room starting to show more businessy areas and more experimental areas, and people saw that it got threatened by that, so people left, and other people got offensive and started talking about it more online to get more people on boat on their
That's a
opinion,
red
because
ale.
everyone loves voicing their opinions and everyone loves telling people you should think this way, and it got more people off, and then eventually it just started chugging.
I think what happened is like just from the drama alone, people don't want to hear that drama. So so they leave Rec Room. It's one of the reasons why I don't go to Rec Room Reddit. I used to a lot, but every time I go there, it's just people giving reasons why Rec Room is so bad. And it's like, if Rec Room is so bad, why don't you just leave the Reddit page then? Why don't you just leave Rec Room? But these people stay, and I think they're just there for attention. They just want to become famous for whatever reason and not for good reasons. They just want to spread negativity, and that's why more people leave.
I mean, this is coming from a guy who's always loved the Rec Room and
Yeah,
didn't
same
want
here.
to voice anything bad from Rec Room. But yeah, things have gotten
Okay.
quiet.
And I can tell Rec Room is really trying. I know you guys are really trying. But for some reason it's just not working out very well right now. As I was telling, actually I told you this not too long ago on Discord. Like some of the major YouTubers like SoulFox, Rothaya, them, the OG ones, they went from getting like 16 to 20,000 views down to 2,000 views for their Rec Room videos. Their other videos do fine, like they're way up, but Rec Room is only getting 2 to 3. So something happened in the past 6 months that just finished. Now, if you look at some of the other bigger YouTubers, they're getting views like nuts, but I think they're kind of responsible for the negativity that's going on in Rec Room, though. That's why people watch them. They're the ones that are saying bad language. They're the ones that are saying inappropriate stuff. They're the ones that, and that kind of behavior kills Rec Room, I think. Yeah, people like watching that kind of content, but it's not healthy, not in the long run. My opinion. Don't kill me.
Don't shoot me, I'm just a messenger.
Right?
Which one of y'all need a hot chocolate refresh?
Yeah, I'll take one. Why not?
Alright, good. Because Lord knows we're gonna need them.
Sorry, my dad came in for a second.
No, that's fine.
You
Do
want a
what you
hot
gotta
chocolate
do, man.
refresh, Mr. Bob, you barely even touched your mead.
Quack.
What'd you say?
Alright,
He just downed it.
here you go. Hot
Anyway.
chocolate refresh.
One more thing. Oh, wait.
Ka-ching. Hot chocolate.
Hot
Oh,
chocolate's awesome.
I want real hot chocolate.
I could make
Yeah.
some pretty good hot chocolate now that I'm thinking about it.
Nice.
But I have a wild cherry and cream Pepsi on my bed right now, so I'm not gonna.
Oh no.
I mean,
What? It's closed.
if I'm being honest, I still like hanging around with my buddies and talking while in Rec Room. Like that.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
always
No,
been
same here.
The main selling point for Rec Room.
At the end of the day, one way or the other, Rec Room is kind of home for me. It's like the first virtual VR game I ever played, at least to this scale, even back in 2017. Yeah, 2017. And to some extent, I do owe them a bit. They are responsible for me getting social skills. They are responsible for me even getting my YouTube channel to where it is. They're responsible for a lot of good things that happened in my life. I've made some of my best friends in this game. I lost a lot of them.
Hello.
I've lost a lot of them, but I still have some that have stuck around still. So,
Hello.
it's been hello. Yeah. So I mean, it's been a journey, and I do owe Rec Room quite a bit. So that's one of the reasons I like also, commercializing the game. Like, I'm not making this episode of the podcast to speak bad about Rec Room. It's just to speak our opinions, our minds. We know that it's an issue, and I want to be truthful about it because there are so many people, like Mr. Bob said, that are kind of disillusioning the situation, making situations that are not real, when in reality, Rec Room is a lot better off than people think it is. It's just the player base making up stuff that is not necessarily real. I hear a lot of people say that Rec Room banned them for doing terrible, terrible things in Rec Room. But at the end of the day, Rec Room proves to them that they're the one that actually did the crime. They didn't ban them for no reason. The AI in the rec center records them. There's proof. They don't ban people for no reason. There is usually, yes, there's a 1% chance it was an accident. If it was, it's easily fixed by messaging them. But a lot of times when I talk to people about that, they just tell me, what is Zendesk? If you don't know what Zendesk is, then you did not message them. Anyway, go ahead, Mr. Bob. I feel like I just had to say that.
One more thing before I pass it on to Zany. I don't think I've ever told you this, Everest, but when I first got my VR headset, my first game was actually Rec Room.
Nice.
When I got on it.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, pearl white or rose gold?
Pearl white.
Alright.
When I first got it, I had no idea what was it about. I only played it on my Xbox for a few times. Then when I got on it, I just felt home.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt right at home.
Yep.
Felt like everything was gonna be alright. And then a couple of weeks later, I started making friends. Actual long friends.
Nice. Very nice.
It was a good time. And I still sometimes make friends in Rec Room. Not as much to this day, but back then, I was making friends.
Yep. What year was that,
And
by the
I
way?
still have some. I think that was back in 2020.
Yeah,
or
it seems like
2023.
Oh, okay.
2022. Somewhere around the 2020 to 2023 mark. But yeah,
it's funny because 2020 is what made Rec Room so famous because, you know, the COVID and all that mess. But at the same time, it's the reason why Rec Room also is suffering. It's like it got so many people in, but they could not, you know, leverage the amount of opinions that were being thrown at them at the same time. Wait, did the lights in this room just turn on? Or am I just...
They've been like that. But yeah, basically, I had friends that I still talk to this day, like Everest. Yeah, basically like that. I've had long-lasting friends here.
Good. Very cool.
Okay.
So we want to move it on to
Zany
Zany?
and Zany.
All right, Zany.
Who needs a hot chocolate refresh?
I'll
Yeah,
take
you need
it.
one?
Like, do you think Rec Room is dying, or do you think, like, I actually put a vote on my channel recently. You guys might have seen it, and
I didn't.
the vote said this: is Rec Room dying? Is Rec Room awesome, or is Rec Room the same? It's amazing to see how many people thought Rec Room is neither dying or rocking it out. They're just the same as they've always been. Do you think that's how it is? Rec Room is just the same?
It depends, really. Let me think.
Actually, Rec Room isn't dying. Rec Room's getting younger. Its base is getting younger.
Where is
Yeah,
it?
we got 3-year-olds here now.
Rec Room,
Pass
that's
me.
not good, bro.
Where is it? Hold up. Okay, it's hard to explain. Let me.
Zany's like,
Okay,
I need
hold
to hit the diplomatic button before I start blabbing away.
Okay, yeah. Why do you think I have a calming chocolate right now? Okay, so hold up. So for chat, which can't see like the bar side of where I am, obviously. Yes, I am using this as a stick.
That's fine.
It starts in the middle, with the y-axis being the player count, and the x-axis being the progression and the updates.
Okay.
And as we hit to 2020, it starts to go up to the 3rd floor, due to the fact that coronavirus caused everyone to go stay indoors, and with 2020 also came the MetaQuest 2, allowing simple. Let's say for my instance, you play Beat Saber, everything feels normal. You play with your friends that you can't really see anymore thanks to coronavirus. And all of a sudden, you're looking in the store looking for games to get, and you see a game called Rec Room. Looks fun. So, just like with the progression of players, it starts to go up.
Right.
Just like with the amount of people joining due to the fact they got MetaQuest 2s, and due to the fact that it's coronavirus. They can't go outside. So, thanks to that now, and then slowly but surely, it starts to go down more, like you said, due to, well, more games, obviously. There's more games, some
Ooh,
content.
that's a good thing
More
that none of
games.
us have said. Competition. There's probably more competition
Think
now.
about it. So now when we get to around mid 2021, so June, July, August, around there, it starts to go down a bit due to the fact that, well, competition, and also the fact that during that time, if I remember correctly, Rec Room wasn't doing that well. It had the same old games, no new Rec Room originals. Crescendo was still PC only. Then, slowly but surely, it starts to crawl its way back up for people getting more headsets, like with before, and more people creating better games. Like, let's say for instance, 2023 Ruins of Stonefall. That game was really good. It allowed two-player co-op for people to, play together. And the community made room that causes, well, teamwork and stuff.
Yeah.
But, as you were talking about the lore stuff, then all of a sudden, as it's slowly on the third by 2023, the events start popping up, which causes to slowly fickle back down into a new low, the in-between of 1 and 2. Causing the in-between of its starting state and a new low.
Gotcha. Okay. Very cool.
So,
Very cool. Wow. What's up, Mr. Rap?
I really do think that alcohol is the least offensive way to tell your people's parents that your game isn't for children.
So
It's
get
more
this.
for, like,
This is
teenagers.
gonna sound funny. So during the whole COPPA event, when the U.S. government got greedy and wanted to kill
don't
YouTube,
Start on that.
my new introduction, like "Hello World" and all that mess, was gonna be like "Hello World," and I was gonna have like a cigarette in my mouth, and it was gonna be. I'm not joking. That was gonna be a thing, and there was gonna be like liquor in the background. No joke. That was going to happen.
Oh my God,
I did not-
Everest.
Hello, world. Today.
You can
we're
have liquor in the
trying-
background, but not lighting a cigarette. Not lighting a cigarette. That's bad.
I know. I'm
But
so
liquor in the
glad.
background
I'm
would've been
so
fine.
glad I didn't do it. I'm so glad I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's
What
probably.
would
Everest,
happen if you did?
Everest.
What happened if you did?
would be
I
in a
probably would have
different
gotten a
time
massive
frame, Bob.
audience, but it would have been the sketchy kind. That's what would happen.
Mr. Bob, we would have been in a different time zone.
Everest,
right
you're
now,
gonna
I'll
have to
tell you
edit
that.
this out, but like. Hello, world. Today
Wait, the
we're
US
gonna teach
government got
younger
greedy?
kids why VR is
Papa?
not safe. Today we're gonna try a VR.
What?
Yeah,
Hello,
your
world.
internet
Today
is
we're
done.
gonna try a VR drug.
What did you
Video
say?
drugs.
The U.S. government
Oh.
got greedy. Copy. What was it called?
Kappa.
I gotta look that up.
COPPA. Yeah, just research COPPA. It was a
It was
huge
an
thing.
It was an old law back in like 2015, if I remember correctly.
So
What did it
hopefully YouTube doesn't pin me for this, but what what the U.S. government was trying to do was say, YouTube, your YouTubers are releasing bad content, so we're going to sue you because children are getting exposed to it, but YouTube is not made for children. So we're going to sue you, and we want to shut you down basically by inventing this new law, so we can
Alright,
have the right
that's
to
it.
sue every YouTuber for $42 million or something.
Alright, that's it. I'm grabbing a
$42,000.
blowtorch.
It was insane. And then they would say it's for the children, but in reality, it was we're trying to shut you up because free speech scares us. That's what they were doing it for.
Alright,
Luckily,
that's it.
every
I'm grabbing a
YouTuber,
blowtorch.
their dog, every lawyer you can imagine around the world sent the Federal Trade Commission so many emails begging them not to do this, and how they were actually violating the law, by the way. They were violating US law.
Come on,
That
Casey.
they actually broke their computers. That's how many emails they got. Their computers broke. It was hilarious.
Hey, Everest, you know something funny about this blowtorch that I'm holding in my hand right now?
It's hot.
That, and also it glows.
Oh, wow, that's cool. But regardless, before we wrap this up, I figure I should ask each one of you, do you guys think there's a competitor for Rec Room? And who is it?
I don't think
Rec
so.
Room's
Because in
unique
my
as
opinion,
it
there's
is.
no,
Wait, what?
there's no games like Rec Room.
Yeah, that's what
And VR chat definitely doesn't count.
So where do you think people
I
are
think
going
VR
if they don't want to play Rec Room and they're running away from Rec Room? Where do you think they're going?
VR chat.
Oh, you think so? You think they're going to VR
It
chat?
It depends on how mature they are though. Because
Well, because,
as,
yeah, here's
as
the thing.
someone who can be genuinely mature, VR chat is like my second place I go to chill out.
So there's
Mostly
two
with my
games
friends, though.
for me that come to mind that might be pulling Rec Room people
Don't
away.
say it. I know it. I know it.
One
I
is
know it. Don't say
Roblox,
it. I know
is
it.
obvious. One is
Oh
Roblox.
my guys, come on! I already knew it.
The other
half
one,
the Roblox VR games are bad. No.
well, it's not just VR. You got to take into account they may not be leaving for another VR game. They might be just leaving for another game in general. Doesn't have to be VR, or they're leaving for Gorilla Tag.
Yeah.
We know it to be
I can see
true.
If I'm being honest right now,
Gorilla Tag's a
I
mess
can't
in
wait till the-
itself.
Like, have you?
feel like
I've been
Gorilla
looking at
Tag's
the
like-
numbers. I've been looking at the numbers of how many people play that game. Like when we start streams, it is outrageous the player base for that game. Like,
yeah, and
it's either
Gorilla
on
Tag
par
is
with
Gorilla
Rec
Tag
Room
Cocaine
or
and
more.
meth on steroids.
can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
No, Gorilla Tag has double the number of kids than Rec Room has. I bet.
Yeah, where do you think the kids that
Well,
get kicked or
Chocolate.
banned from Rec Room go to? Gorilla Tag. That's where they go.
Also, can I say something?
Sure.
Can
Thank
I
you.
say one thing?
Yeah.
The work. Oh, earlier today when I was able to play on my VR chat, I was not VR chat, VR.
Mhm.
I went to Gorilla Tag and like at least for the one things I hear is, does anyone want to play mini games?
It's like, you're 5 years old. You are fired, child, and grounded for life. Is there anything else you want to add? That is there an outside source that is actually pulling people away from Rec Room? Like J.I. said,
Full
VR chat.
Body tracking.
There is no
think of
full body
something.
tracking.
So let me tell you, I think the main problem is VR chat. Like
Really?
when people compare Rec Room to VR chat, they think VR chat has so many more features. VR chat has like maybe a
That's
bigger
true.
population.
That's the thing. It's true.
I mean, it's
VR
true,
chat
but it's
is more
not.
customizable. Let me tell you. And the weirdest part is maybe the reason why people prefer VR chat over Rec Room is probably the weirdness in it.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, no, it's but to be fair, a lot of those extra features in VR chat, you can't even use them because in Rec Room, if I'm like, this table is so bad, that's so annoying, I gotta go fix it in Unity tomorrow. But it could be like, this table is so bad in Rec Room, pull out my maker pen, it's fixed, we're good. That's why I like
Well,
Rec Room
I
so
would have
much.
to say- counterpoint I would have to say about
Oh yeah,
VR.
it's convenient.
Yeah.
People forget that about Rec
Honestly,
Room. Rec Room's
uh,
very convenient.
Go ahead, Zany.
Hold up. Counterpoint for the whole like VR chat thing, I would have to say, VR chat gives you more options to make things.
Well, it's because it has
Go
more
ahead.
programming involved in it. Rec Room can do the same,
Well,
but
exactly,
the
that's
creators, like, look at this room. This room's amazing for what the creators can do. But this is probably an experienced creator. He's not like a newbie. He's
Well,
probably been
yeah,
doing this
but
for a
that's also
while.
but that's also kind of the thing. that's that's also what I feel like the thing about it is. I feel like with VR chat, you're more likely to get experienced makers due to the fact that it requires a better learning process, which allows it to make more things.
You do realize the learning curve is more steeper, right?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, the thing about it too is that even then, simple rooms in VR chat have a lot of other things, just like with this one.
Yeah, but what Mr. Bob means to say is working on Unity is a lot more annoying than working with a maker pen. What about you, Zany? Is there anything you want to add left to the podcast in terms of, is there a game that you think or anything that is drawing people away from Rec Room?
Well, obviously VR chat, with how much I went on a tangent about it,
Right.
with like the whole avatar things, comfort stuff, even friend groups. Really, I meant my main friend group thanks to VR chat.
So you think VR chat is the kind of main game that is drawing people away from Rec Room?
Yes. However, there's a more specific one that none of you brought up, and I'm surprised about.
Really? What was it?
Story-driven games.
I mean,
Think
I
about
didn't
it.
bring it
Also, like,
up
story-driven
because the thing with story-driven games is, like, we'll use Behemoth, for example. Behemoth was a smash hit, but it won't be a smash hit anymore, like, in a few weeks, because everybody played it, more or less.
Well, of course, but here's the thing. Let me look for a game real quick. I know I have a game. What's a story-driven game that I'm thinking of?
Because I'm meaning, like, online games where you can, like, see worlds and see different
Well,
things.
yes, of course.
Yeah.
Let me think. You could take Demio into example, actually. It's a story-driven game that allows for multiplayer connections.
I mean, I suppose. To me, it's a different species of game. That's why I didn't bring it up. And, I mean, it can be something that draws people in away from Rec Room, but just depending on the Rec Room audience, I don't think Demio is a game they would go to. I mean,
They could
What else
coexist
could there be?
together. I'm not joking.
it
Let's take a look. What else
doesn't
could there be?
doesn't really fit.
Hold up. Okay, hold up. I guess technically there's also Riff.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
Riff, but
Rift?
I have talked to a lot of people who played Riff, and the problem with it is, it's what we discussed a few podcasts ago. Riff has such a bad instruction manual that when you load in, you want to quit the game because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And anybody that's from the Rec Room audience, especially if they're underage, they're not going to know what's going on. They're going to leave immediately.
Yeah. Like I said though, I feel like that's something with multiplayer story-driven games that allow you to play with friends. Something along the lines of it, at least.
I mean, what's the name of that
Actually-
game that we recently started playing? Black what? Black...
Into Black.
Into Black. Thank
Into the
you.
Black.
Into
We haven't
Black...
continued with
I
that.
know, we need to.
haven't continued.
Into Black was really good, and I betcha it pulled people, but I betcha I only pulled them for a little bit, because again, it's not really, it's not like a metaverse per se. It is just it's a one-time game that once you beat it, you're probably done with it. You might play it a second time, but later down the road. It's not like Rec Room. It's not like VR Chat. It's not like Riff. It's not like even Roblox, if you want to bring that into the.
I think
into the-
another game that could work is like games that allow for like great replayability.
I mean, yeah,
Playtime.
obviously.
I wouldn't exactly say Poppy Playtime.
I mean,
Poppy
No Man's
Playtime
Sky.
is doing
No Man's
stuff
Sky is a
from
good
Rec Room.
example of that, but I
I
know
was gonna say maybe something like the Break-In, maybe. Just like
but most underage players will never play No Man's Sky because they don't understand. It's too complicated. There's too many things going on.
yeah. I would say something like maybe like the Break-In allows for like a little bit at least.
It's
Due to the
possible
fact
the
that-
break-in. I mean, I like how you said Poppy Playtime for a
remember-
moment there, just because that game was such a huge thing on YouTube, especially that it makes sense that they're wanting to play what's on YouTube, even if it
think.
doesn't make
Let me think.
sense.
What else is there? What else? Let me think of some flat screen games. Now that I'm thinking about it, a flat screen. What's some flat screen games?
I just said one.
Which one did you say?
Besides Poppy Playtime.
Vending machine. Well, actually, no.
Well, that's an older game. That's been out for a while. It almost has to be a new release.
There is
And
the Dark Revival. There is the Dark Revival.
yeah, but that's
so
been
old.
out for a while. Like a lot of these new releases that have to take attention from Rec Room. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe there was a big release 6 months ago. Now that I think about it,
Actually, okay, hold up, wait.
I wonder what the big
Hmm.
release
Been
was.
going for a while.
I don't want to.
Or maybe
I'm
it was a
being
new
honest.
release every few
Oh
months.
wait, hold up, wait. No, wait, but that doesn't fall into line with That doesn't fall into line with Rec Room. So I know what I was thinking.
What?
I remember there was a major smash hit for Marvel Rivals with everything.
You have a point
But-
there. That game pulled a lot of people. It even pulled a
I was gonna
JI
say,
for a little
but-
bit.
I was gonna say, but the problem is the fact that it doesn't fully fit with Rec Room. Although
It
Super
doesn't,
That's the thing.
but a lot of
still
younger people love Marvel to death. Even if it's not really good movies anymore, a lot of people will buy Marvel for the sake of buying Marvel. So
I mean, I won't lie, they did a smash hit on that game. That game was really good, honestly.
I've heard people say
Superhero
nothing but good
PvP.
things.
You know Superhero PvP, Marvel Hero PvP, that game
Nope.
Yeah.
from Rec Room.
Oh,
I've showed
that
you
one.
before.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
We know.
Yeah, I
know
told
that
you I was on there with Hey Harry, if you're watching this, by the way.
He's not watching this.
Yeah, probably not.
No,
Anyway.
not watching.
But yeah, anyway, they changed it to superhero PvP. Yeah, people probably got on Rec Room for superhero PvP, and then they saw Marvel Rivals, and he's like, "Hey, that's the better game of this game, so I better ditch this game and leave." And that's what happened.
It's very possible. It's very possible. All right, guys, I'm gonna.
I need to make some. I was just going to make some dinner.
All right, then I'm gonna wrap it up. All right, guys, that is the end of this podcast. For me, we have been like chatting away in this podcast for like an hour and 45 minutes. This is gonna be a pain to edit. I already have ideas where I'm gonna edit everything. By the time you guys watch it, it is hopefully 30 to 40 minutes long. Hopefully.
Highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely, but I'm gonna try. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please keep in mind that next episode is the season finale of the podcast. We're going to take a break of maybe 2 weeks afterwards, and then we'll be back to do more awesome content in maybe newer ways. So it should be very exciting.
We still
Again,
need to work on some other movies.
guys, if you want my channel to succeed, I'm going to beg you, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, watch the content, and let me know what you want to see, because the
Call me
channel
chocolate.
has been dying for a while now, and I really don't want to cancel this channel. So if you want to see this channel grow and continue, please watch the content. We need it more than ever. So thanks a lot, and I will see you all in the Rec Room. Booyah!
Just